Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abigail if you're new, and I make videos about special needs and health issues and feeding tubes. Um, so, if you don't know me, I was born with a rare birth defect called congenital diaphragmatic hernia. Basically means I was born with a hole in my diaphragm and it pushed some of my insides to the wrong spot. I had emergency surgery as a baby, and my birth defect affects my size, it affects my development. Like, I have delays from it. And I share my journey on here. I'm also tube fed on continuous feeds because I have gastroparesis, which is partially paralyzed stomach from a previous surgery that didn't go right, and I have a hernia that came back. So I share my journey on here, and I'm now 24, and on Saturdays it's really like get things prepared for church tomorrow. So that is what I am doing. I actually already took my shower, or actually washed my hair. Actually took a bath, but got my hair washed. And now I am getting my feeding tube ready for the night. It's about, I think a little after 7, but I like to get my feeding tube stuff ready before it gets too late, because if I wait till like later in the night to set it up, I eventually get too tired, and then I don't want to be like really tired. So setting up my pump. This is my backpack that I have. I've been tube fed for like around a year. And people ask me, like, how I do it being tube fed. Like, do I miss food? That kind of thing. I miss how food tastes, some things, but I'm also full, so I'm satisfied, if that makes sense. These are my bags that I have for my pump. I'm on an infinity pump. Whoa. Put y'all back up there. There we go. I'm on a infinity pump. These are my bags, and they do make smaller ones for kids, but I get the adult one. I'm going ahead and changing my bag because sometimes when it gets hot weather, the formula gets like clumpy and it doesn't want to like go through the tube. So that's what I'm dealing with. So I'm gonna go ahead and change it. This is my pump. If you haven't seen a infinity pump before, this is my new bag. Well, I'm getting this set up. Someone asked me what recommendations I have for movies. I normally watch a Tubi movie like just about every day. So, my favorite movie that I've seen so far, it's on Tubi and it's called I'm Not Ashamed or something like that. I think it's called I Am Not Ashamed. And it's basically I'm pretty sure it's a Christian movie, and it's about this girl that stands up for what's right, and she basically, I'm trying not to give too many details to like spoil the movie, but she stands up for the gospel in a really, really difficult situation. So I really like that movie. It's a lot of the movies that I watch are like, I really enjoy the based off of true stories movies, so a lot of them are like teen shows. Um, but I Am Not Ashamed is one of my favorites. So yeah, that's one that comes to mind. If you haven't seen it before, this is my Jeopardy formula. 1.2 calories. It covers everything I need besides I can still drink by mouth. And I can still have a handful of things by mouth, but it pretty much has to melt like ice cream. So, dumping this into my bag. And I actually get 2 of these at night. I'm trying to think of some feeding tube backfire stories because I've had a few. There was one time where I was at my friend's house, one of my camp friends actually, and it was the first time on the feeding tube there, and my friend lives out of town from me, so I only get to see her once a year, like at her house. And I hadn't realized at that point, I guess, that I needed to have 2 things of formula in at night instead of 1. So I put 1 thing of formula in, and it ended up not being enough. I woke up like in the middle of the night that night, and I remember I was afraid I was going to run out of formula, so I had to turn off my pump, go to the living room, get another thing of formula. That was definitely a fail. If I would have known, I would have just went ahead and put like 2 things of formula in there, but we were still learning about everything, and so now like I put 2 things of formula in my bag at night so that I am like for sure that I like don't run out until I wake up. But that was definitely a backfire moment. Trying to think of another backfire moment. There was one time where I was like I was trying to pour in my formula from my bed, and it like got all over my bed or in the floor, and I had to like clean it all up. And my formula actually has like a certain smell to it. So like when it spills, it's not just like sticky, but like it's it's a huge mess. And thankfully I don't feel like I spill it very often, but it definitely has happened a few times. A few other ones that I've watched that I found interesting. These are on Tubi. I watched Girl in the Garage. It's called the Laura Cohen story. I watched that one a couple of days ago. It does have some like kind of like intense moments, but overall it's a good movie. I watched Buried Alive and Survived on Tubi. The Girl Locked Upstairs. It's called the Tanya Cash story. And then I also really like the Girl Who Escaped, and it's called the Kara Robertson story. Um, those are like the main ones that I've seen that I would say are um pretty good. Like they're based off of true events, so they're like they have some like wow moments. But those are a few that I've watched on Tubi that I find interesting. These movies are like teen movies, so if you're like under 14, I would not recommend watching them, but I've really been into like the true stories, and that's a few that I've watched. Some people wanted some movie recommendations. Um, Thank you all for following my journey. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.